Can I get a paw? Every single time. I already know what Taco's gonna do. He slowly lifts one paw just barely high enough to count and stares at me like he's saying, "That's all you're getting? Really? That's your best effort?" I ask. He just blinks. Speak. Silence. Roll over. Nothing. I laugh every time because Taco has mastered the art of doing the absolute minimum for a treat, and somehow that tiny half-hearted paw still melts my heart.
Can you, come on, paw. Maybe if I help you out a little bit. Can you, okay.
People who meet him today think he's always been this happy, goofy little dog. They have no idea how many times life let him down before we found each other. When I adopted Taco, nobody could tell me much about his past. He'd already been surrendered more than once, lived with different families, and even had different names. The shelter employee simply shrugged and said, "Honestly, that's about all we know." I remember walking away wondering how a dog could spend years giving people unconditional love, only to keep ending up back inside shelter walls. That thought stayed with me.
Roll over. Good boy. Good boy, right here.
Before meeting Taco, I'd visited shelter after shelter because I was actually looking for a pit bull. Every weekend, I'd drive somewhere new, hoping one dog would simply feel right. None of them did. Not because they weren't wonderful, but because I kept waiting for that instant connection everyone talks about. Then, one afternoon, someone said, "We just got another little guy in today if you want to meet him." I almost said no. I almost walked past his kennel. Thank goodness I didn't. They brought him into the little meet and greet yard, unclipped the leash, and he walked straight toward me without hesitation.
He's gonna be embarrassed about this later.
He came right between my knees, tucked himself underneath them, leaned his whole body against my legs, and let out the biggest sigh. I looked down and whispered, "Well, hello." He looked back with eyes that seemed to say, "I've been waiting." In that moment, I knew. I didn't choose Taco. Taco chose me. Back then, his name wasn't Taco. It was Bernard. I tried saying it a few times, but it never felt right. I joked with friends that he looked more like a taco, or maybe Batman. After days of going back and forth, I looked at him and said, "You're definitely a taco." He wagged his tail, and that settled it. One thing I discovered very quickly is that Taco is a true Velcro dog. If I stand up, he stands up. If I walk into another room, he's right behind me. Sometimes I don't even hear him. I just turn around and find him quietly staring at me as if asking, "Where are we going next?" And
What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? What you need?
I'll laugh and tell him, "You know you don't have to supervise everything I do, right?" His answer is always the same, a slow tail wag. Sometimes I purposely leave the room hoping he'll relax on his own. 5 minutes later, he's curled up beside me again like he never left. The funny thing is that Taco is unbelievably lazy when it comes to tricks. "Okay, buddy, paw." He raises it an inch. "Come on, give me more." Another inch. Speak. Nothing. Until one tiny bark finally slips out. There it is. I cheer, and he immediately looks at me like, "Can I have my snack now?"
Good boy, paw.
Rollover is even funnier. He'll start turning, stop halfway, and stare at me as if finishing the trick is simply asking too much. I always end up laughing and saying, "Good enough." That's just who Taco is. He believes minimum effort deserves maximum rewards. As the years passed, little gray hairs started appearing around his face. His beautiful black bandit mask slowly turned silver. I tease him all the time, saying, "You're looking more like a raccoon every day." He never seems to mind. He just smiles and keeps wagging his tail. One unexpected thing Taco taught me happened because of something I've always done without thinking I sing around the house. One afternoon, he climbed into my lap while I was humming, and within minutes, he was asleep. I tried it again the next day, and the same thing happened.
I make it so easy.
That's when I realized my singing wasn't just background noise to him, it made him feel safe. Whenever he seemed anxious or restless, he'd climb into my lap and I'd quietly sing, "It's okay, buddy. I've got you." His breathing would slow, his eyes would close, and for a little while, the world felt peaceful again. Taco also has a funny way of knowing exactly when I'm the one who needs comfort. Whenever I get sick, he's secretly thrilled because it means I'll be in bed all day with him. He curls up beside me from morning until night. If I cough or move, he immediately lifts his head to check on me.
Look at you in your sweater.
"You checking on me?" I ask. His tail gives a little wag before he settles back against my side. Those quiet moments remind me that love doesn't always need words. Sometimes the greatest comfort comes from someone simply refusing to leave your side.
Pa? Pa?
People often tell me how lucky Taco was that I adopted him. I always smile because I think they have it backwards. Yes, I gave him a home, but he gave me laughter, companionship, unconditional trust, and joy in the ordinary moments. If I could give him one thing in return, it would be the certainty that he'll never have to wonder where he belongs ever again.
Hey, Taco. You okay? You okay? Just tired?
Home isn't a place Taco has to search for anymore. It's wherever we are together. Maybe that's the real magic of adoption. You think you're rescuing an animal, but years later you realize they've quietly been rescuing pieces of your heart every single day. If this story reminded you of a pet who changed your life, give them an extra hug today. And if you've ever thought about adopting, don't overlook the quiet dog waiting in the corner. Sometimes the one who's been overlooked the longest becomes the greatest gift you'll ever receive.
Big speak. Come on. Speak. Speak. Like you mean it. Speak. That was less.
If Taco's story made you smile or simply reminded you of a furry friend who once touched your life, I hope you'll take a moment to like this video so more people can discover stories like his. You never know. Your share might inspire someone to open their heart and give a shelter dog the loving home they've been waiting for. And if you enjoy heartfelt stories about love, loyalty, and the incredible bond between people and animals, we'd love to have you join us on more journeys like this. Thank you so much for watching and for staying with us until the very end. It truly means more than you know.